Right then, welcome to Ryan's Road podcast number 16. So we're nearly in the 20s. 4 more, that's not a lot. This week I'm having my first guest on, kind of. Half a guest.
Half a guest? What does that even mean?
I've got my best friend James on.
His only friend.
Only friend. We've been friends since primary school, and I ain't gonna bullshit you. I've had a difficult week, and I was struggling to think of what to talk to you about this week. So, because I keep in touch with him anyway, I went, hey, do you finally want to get on the podcast with me so we can just bounce and talk some shit? So, being the whole hashtag real, we haven't actually fully discussed what we're going to talk about. We're just going to spitball at the start and see what we get into, and just see how that fucking goes. If you're unfamiliar with Ryan's Road podcast, I apologise that this is your first one.
You should go back and listen to the first one if it
Yeah, I do normally say go back and listen to the first one because I like to feel anyone that has listened from the start to now will feel like they're a part of the podcast because of the way that I do it. Plus, it'll give you a bit more concept of the journey and whatnot. Like, as you can tell already, I'm very just like unedited. It is how it is. I like to document the journey as well as what I'm talking about each week, so you should feel more a part of it if you go back to number 1. If you don't and you just want to carry on with this one, then the basic premise is that I like to just talk about life, how we deal with things mentally, how we perceive different things in our lives, be that relationships or work or family, and your aspirations, goals, just anything basically mental that you go through as kind of like a weekly maintenance sort of thing, as a self-check and just checking that you're kind of aware of where you are with yourself. I'll word it kind of like that, roughly. So that's the podcast. That's my little intro. If you don't like it, then I'm severely depressed, and I hope you keep listening, please. God bless.
He needs the validation.
I do. So yeah, welcome, James.
Thank you. I've been listening myself every week.
Yay.
I love your stuff. I'm not just saying that because I'm your friend. I do think you say some good things, some smart things, things that the common man would think.
One of the ones that had been saying for fucking years, you should do a podcast, man.
Because you make sense when you talk, and I think the way you talk and the way you approach subjects, it appeals to people like me that are your, salt of the earth kind of commoners.
Yeah, because that's what I am.
Commoners are the right word for it. Peasants. I see myself as a peasant.
I referred to my son as a peasant today.
I'd have been like one of the ones died at 15 in the militia in the medieval times.
Nice.
Yeah, I wouldn't have lasted long.
I'd have found a way.
You would have. See, I wouldn't have.
Well, cheers for stroking my ego at the start. I appreciate that. I didn't tell him to do that, people. El Natural.
I just really like him. He's a good man.
But James is one of them good friends where if this was shit, or at least if he thought it was shit, he would have told me by now. So
sorry, right, shit. Nice. Just breaking it to you now.
Sweet, right. Cut it off.
Live on air. Gonna break it to you. Live on air.
This is not good.
Oh, we've had a rough week though, haven't we? We've had a rough week or two.
I mean, I thought that was a good way to lean into it because my last week's podcast was me banging on about how people rarely show the real side of them. Like, with social media and things like that, they'll show the nice pictures and all that kind of crap, but you don't actually know what they're struggling with. And even just down to the day-to-day simple stuff of, they're a bit stressed because they're struggling with the bills, or, the kids are misbehaving a bit that week, or the other half isn't quite communicating like they normally would and they think something's wrong, just little things. You don't have to be clinically depressed or that anxious that you can't leave the house for months, you know what I mean? Just general daily stresses. And in the last podcast I talked about basically how I think if people did that more often it would be more normalised. And people wouldn't. It's
because people put up a facade, isn't it? It's what they do. They want everyone to think it's all happy, smiley, happy families.
Yeah, but that's not life.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
At all. Speaking from first-hand experience, I'm sure you know as well.
Yeah. So, I won't talk too much about that specifically. I suppose we could maybe later in this episode. But
I'm probably going to end up crying.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I said last week. So, because I spoke about keeping it real, Ali G, last week, I thought, well, actually, maybe I should practice what I preach and talk this week. Because, again, if you've been following from the start, I said at the start of the podcast series, and I think it was the pilot, the first one, that I'm doing these podcasts from a place of I'm dealing with shit too because I'm a human and it's just what we all fucking deal with. I'm not talking from a place of, I've been there, done it, I'm better than you. I'm saying look, I deal with this shit too and let's talk about it, let's be relatable. So, yeah, as James touched on, it's been a shit couple of weeks, isn't it?
Rough.
So even my wife said she hadn't seen me this bad for a while. I'd say the stranger thing for me personally this past week or so. Actually, I'm going to pause there because I feel like this is me being that used to podcasting on my own. I'm just talking here.
Mate, I am more than happy to sit here and just chip in.
No, I want you go through how you've been lately first, and then I'll do me. Trump.
Yeah,
I'm not editing this, by the way.
Yeah.
I think I said that.
I'm stuck in this room with that now.
I said that about 2 podcasts ago that I ain't editing anymore because it takes too long. And for what this is, for the things I edit out, the odd burp, things like that. Like I keep the swearing in, as you all know, because fuck it, that's life.
Oh man, every other word out of my mouth, fuck.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Fuck.
Motherfuck.
Motherfuck. Noise. That will happen during this podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna go on
Sorry.
tangents like that.
He's my best friend, so that's warning you now.
Well, to start with, for me, I caved and I started smoking again. I'd gone 30 days.
You were doing really well.
I know, I'd gone 30 days, and I don't even know what it was that triggered it. I don't know what it was. Something must have triggered it, but I can't recall or pinpoint anything, and it just snapped. And I started by just having the crafty 1 or 2, trying to hide it from the missus, which never goes well.
Shit.
She found out, obviously.
That's even worse.
Yeah, she found out, and I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm back on it. And then I tried to only do a couple a day, but it just snowballed. And then one of the main reasons I quit smoking was because I kept getting chest infections, and one of those is starting to come back, coupled with my hay fever, and like not doing the working out because the last couple of weeks, and like my mental health has just taken one hell of a turn the last couple of weeks. So that's not been good. And obviously, Sophie's pregnant. And
that's the name of his partner.
She's really, really stressed out with work, and she's got a lot of stuff going on, and trying to make sure she's happy and keeping the little one happy and all that stuff. There's a lot going on.
So he says little one because his partner's already got a daughter that's nearly 4?
Yeah, nearly 4.
Yeah, so just put that into context there.
Yeah. Just trying to make sure everyone's happy. And like...
So you're juggling a bit?
Yeah, and it's like we've always said, the workouts for us, it's our time for us, and it gets our head right for the day.
Oh, yeah.
And it sorts you out. You get up, and I can guarantee you get up and you work out in the morning, you will feel so much better throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's the definite theme that with us the past week or so. We both struggled more, and it's like, oh, and kind of with that, it's like, well, we haven't been getting up and doing our workouts as consistently as we have been for the past few months. And it literally drops that quickly. It
really does. Like a couple of days of not doing it, and it just completely snowballs. And I will say this to anyone feeling depression or down or anxious or anything, exercise is literally the only thing that has ever helped me. I don't know about Ryan, specifically for you, but for me, exercise is the only thing that has ever helped. You just feel like you're winning. Like you make yourself get up early, and that's a win right there.
Yep.
And you feel better because you're like, I got out of bed, I'm up before everyone else, I'm going to do something with it. And then you go and you exercise for an hour or whatever we do, and then you go to work, and it just sets your mind right for the day. Whereas if you wake up half an hour before you got to get into work, you're rushing, your head's all over the place, you ain't got time to sit down and think, and it just goes from there, doesn't it? And as soon as you let that first step slip, getting up early,
I like how you combine the 2 words there.
The rest of the day just goes to shit. It's like, if I get up early and I'm with you, I'll make sure I eat something in the morning regularly. I'll have something to eat. I'll have some water or a nice coffee or something, but I won't put sugars in it or anything. And I'll have something to eat when I get to work. But if I get up late, I'm like, screw it, I'm going to have some leftover pizza for breakfast.
Fuck it.
I'm going to have loads of sugar in my coffee. Fuck
That's
it.
the problem. You get that
Day's fucking ruined. I'm just going to ruin the rest of the day.
I mean, I wanted to get into that stuff a bit later in this episode, but we'll touch on it a bit now. But that specific last point you made about, like, you take the one negative step, and then that snowballs in because it opens the door to like being bad. Because it's like, well, I didn't do that, and then it's literally like that negative side of your brain's then like a hallway, and all them doors are suddenly there, and they're all unlocked. Because then it's like, oh, fuck it, then I'll do this, and then fuck it, then I'll eat that, and I'll have a fag then, and then.
Yep.
But on the opposite end, if you start the day with a win, if you're literally the first thing you do when you wake up is a win by getting up earlier than you normally would, even if it's by a couple of minutes, straight away your brain's like, I did good, that was a win.
Yeah.
And then that goes on to, then you're doing a workout, and it's like, oh fuck, no, I've done a workout, that was a win. Yeah. And then you move on to winning instead of losing. And it's just these little, like you say, if you miss that first step, you go down the other corridor.
1,000,000%.
It's nuts.
It's like a crossroads when you first start, isn't it? It's like that way is bad decisions, that way is good decisions.
Yeah, I mean, I was going with the corridor idea. But
yeah, I know, for crossroads because of supernatural and crossroads demons and stuff.
Right, indeed.
Crossroads are cool. I'm Sam. Behave.
I know, I'm deep.
No, Yeah, I'm Sam. No, you're Sam.
Okay.
I'm more of a badass than you.
Fair enough.
I use the word badass very lightly. I'm a massive pansy.
You'd rather be Crowley.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'd rather be Crowley.
Sorry if none of you know Supernatural. We'll skip past that.
No, go and watch Supernatural right now. Pause this. Watch Supernatural.
Fuck yeah. So are you back to fags, like smoking as heavily as you was before you stopped?
I wouldn't say as heavily.
Like-
It's creeping up though, I think because we are definitely going to be back on it tomorrow. So no excuses. I'm sick of it now. These last couple of weeks have been shit. So we're back on it tomorrow. So I'll get up and I'll just come like straight to yours.
Sound.
Even if I sit outside for 20 minutes waiting or something, just so I can't have a fag, I'll just get up and I'll just go. And I won't take my back with me, and I'll just see how long I go. Because I did it before, I just quit cold turkey and went 30 days, so I can do it again.
Like you say, that'll have, again, the knock-on effect if you get up early first thing, and then you got the win.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you don't want to waste your wins then.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. If you get up early and that's a win, you're like, well, I don't want to eat that shit for breakfast. I want something good.
Because I put some effort into
Yeah, 'cause I'm
being
feeling good. I did a workout. I'm not gonna waste that workout having chippy for dinner or something.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to point out to people how hot it is in this
My
fucking
God, I'm
room.
sweating fucking balls.
I mean, I'd open this door, but then
You
just
live-
for aesthetics for the people watching on YouTube, it would look shit.
Also, you live next to a
the door.
train track.
And I live next to a train track, so we'd have the train noise coming past, which on my vlogs, when I'm in my garden doing my workouts, I don't mind. But for a podcast, I can't be having train bloody noises. But I'm going on like it's a bloody choo-choo steam train.
Jesus Christ.
It's one of a noise.
It's just what a train sounds like, right? That was
Yeah.
nothing like a train.
I live next to the track. I know how they sound.
That's
They sound
not
just
what it
like
sounds
that. No, eat shit.
Oh, you fucking suck.
No, right. What's that now? I don't know. My phone's going off. It's probably customers because I'm a tradesman and people like to message me late on a weekend.
I don't know how you deal with customers, man.
Oh, cunts. But yeah, myself, normally if I'm having a bit of a down day or a down week, it's because, as James has touched on, it's just a case of nothing's actually changed. It's just that I'm struggling more than I normally would to handle what I've got in place normally. So for me, that's the 3 kids, 5, 4 and 2. Now 6, my eldest had his birthday. Well, yeah, today, when this goes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, who struggles with her own mental health. A lot of it's from the car crash that we had a couple of years ago, where we got run off the road, car rolled
I've
over.
seen the footage, man.
So
that was brutal.
We both have been diagnosed with PTSD for that,
I'm
but
not
had
surprised.
like no treatment. The kids are hard because we get no family help, so it's not like, they're going nan and granddad's for the weekend or that afternoon or anything. It's like wife's got them all the time. So like, for instance, the previous week it was half term. I don't know what you'd call it in other countries, but in England that's when the kids have like a week off school. And the missus weren't well, and the look on her face, like, I can't leave her with 3 bloody nippers all down her own like that. Like, it's a full-time job, so I had to have 2 days off work, and then that put me in the shit. Like, the only way I could afford food that weekend was that I asked 2 customers for the following week that I had, would you pay me half up front, which I don't normally do because I don't believe in it, because I'm a self-employed electrician. Anyone that's watching this isn't aware of that. And normally I'd be like, right, even if people would offer me money for jobs, I'm like, no, when the job's done and it's finished and you're happy with everything and I ain't fucked nothing up, then you can pay me. So it was really hard for me from like a maybe like a pride standpoint to be like, can I have some money up front? It just felt wrong. But that was the only way we could afford food that weekend because I live so like close on the edge.
On the bread line, mate.
Like, I'm not looking for sympathy for that because most of that is down to the choice that I made as a parent. Like, me and the wife decided, because I said, like, I could, if I wanted, get out of the house every morning before my kids wake up, get back at night when the kids are asleep, work half my weekends, and we wouldn't want for money. We'd be able to afford to pay the bills like comfortably, and we could go on a nice holiday every year. But then I've seen that story too many times. I've seen the builders that have got nice fucking houses and everything, but then the relationship with the kids is shit, and the relationship with the wife's shit. It's like, me and my wife are fucking bread and butter. We're like fucking, we're solid.
I've never seen another couple that is like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We ain't perfect, don't get me fucking wrong.
I mean, like, the way you've got each other's backs and you're always helping each other out now, it's very, very beautiful to see.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate that. But that's because I'm there, so I put the work in. So me and the wife are sound. We don't really argue. And then our kids are saying, we always get compliments from people about the kids. Now, the kids aren't fucking perfect because they're kids. But as far as kids go, they're good. But they're only good because I'm fucking there in the morning to help get ready for school.
I love Mikey.
Thank you very much.
Mikey's adorable.
Mikey's my youngest. And I'm here every evening by dinner time to see him at bedtime. And I'm here every weekend. I'm here to actually parent my kids. So my kids are growing up well so far, touch wood. But as the side effect for that, for now, financially, it's a fucking struggle. I live month to month, week by week, day by day. So it's fucking tight. So all this shit's there. Just try not to go into it too much, but I'm trying to paint the picture that, yes, so sometimes I could be really stressed, like, oh, fucking this week's tight, and like I ain't paying my rent last month, and I have trade bills with the wholesalers where I get like my cable and materials from, and you know the missus might be struggling a bit more because of like injuries she's still got from the crash, or you know she's feeling a bit more down because not only have we got no family support, she didn't grow up where we live, so she's literally got like no real close tight friends to like lean on. She's got a couple friends now, so it's a bit better, but like I say, my eldest is just turning 6. For the past 6 years, she's just been pregnant 3 times and sat in this fucking house. She's basically been on lockdown for 6 years. So anyone that's dealt with the lockdown recently can appreciate how that feels, because she's basically been like that for 6 fucking years. So it's a lot, and one of the main reasons I started really working on my own mind and looking into psychology and all that sort of stuff, and I've had a genuine interest in it over the years since I was a kid anyway, but really actively trying to strengthen my mind and then strengthen my body as a side effect to then strengthen my mind even more is to support my wife and kids, because she struggles more than me and I need to be there to support her. So as I say, typically if I'm having a hard week, it's because of some element of that. Like one of it tips, like money's that bit worse that week, or like the jobs of customers I've got, they're really awkward fucking jobs that I don't want to fucking do because they could go wrong or something like that. But really strangely, this past week or so, it ain't been that. And it's the first time...
You haven't really had much to moan about work-wise, have you? Really?
No, I mean, I have, because I said I didn't pay the rent last month because I didn't pay the rent last month. So I have been sat there this week, the start of this month, being like, I need to pay last month's rent. I need to get some money towards this month's rent. I've got like a grand bill at my wholesalers. And even I went in the other day and he said, "Have the lads mentioned your bill to you?" And I went, "No." Well, my wife's mentioned it to me. So like, fucking pay it. So I'm like, I literally said, "Well, I've got 25 quid in my bank. I can give you that." I went, "But other than that, I ain't fucking got shit today." So there has been that, but I feel like I've been doing well to be like telling myself, like I normally do, I'm doing what I can. Like I'm going to work every day and I'm going out doing work. I can't do more than that.
It's not like you just not got work coming in, is it?
Yeah. The only other thing I could do is book more work in, work longer days, work some weekends, but then that's going to start impacting my family life.
Yeah.
And family stuff and relationships can take a lot longer to fix than finances can. In my mind. Like I know if I just ride it out and stick to it, and I've already had the conversation with the wife of, even when she goes to the charity shop and she picks up some toys like 2-3 quid, I'm like, yeah, we need to pause that for a while until I start catching up with some of these bills. So that's how I have implemented a bit of change. It's like, right, we don't really spend a lot anyway, but the little spending that we do we need to not. So there has been stuff, like I say, it's normally there, but this past week I've just felt really, really sluggish, like just really fucking
no energy.
Yeah, it's just lethargic. Like it's been really weird. Like I start the morning,
sign of depression, mate.
I get halfway through the day and like some audiobooks and stuff I've been listening to, I'm like, no, I need to do this. I need to make myself get up tomorrow. I need to find the discipline. I need to push myself to do it when I don't want to, because I know it's going to be good from it. And And then as soon as my eyes open in the morning, I'm like, I don't want to fucking move. I don't want to deal with the day. Like I always say at the end of my podcast, don't be afraid, deal with the day. And I have been lately. I've been afraid of the day. I didn't want to deal with it. Like, but really, really fucking deep. And I'm just like, fuck this, man. Like, I haven't had the enthusiasm to do anything. Like I say, I've got James in this week for the podcast because I've been like, how can I talk good to people when I'm not feeling good?
We'll talk about not feeling good then.
I know, yeah. So I thought that, but that's when I thought, well, I'll get James in.
You said you wanted to be honest about this, and you wanted people to, as a documentation of your life and everything.
I mean, right now I'm just sweating my tits off.
I know, me too, man. It is really hard not to concentrate on the swan pass I've got right now.
I'll just try not to take my shirt off.
I'm not even wearing a shirt. Why did I go with a hoodie?
Oh, yeah, why?
I don't know.
I did think that.
I'm just wearing a hoodie.
Oh.
I've got shorts on, so I'm good from the legs down.
I've got shorts on too. We've both got socks on.
Yeah, mine are Xbox socks though. I've got Xbox written on mine.
Okay, are we really doing this?
What have you got on yours? Nothing. So
No, there's something written there.
Yeah, stone something.
I think it says mile.
Stone mile, more mile.
More mile. I think it says more mile.
Mine says Xbox,
and it's got an L for left foot, which I've got on my right foot, and an R
I don't
for
think
right
that's
foot,
what it is,
which
Ryan.
I've got on my left foot. It is. It's right.
Is there an R there?
Yeah, look.
Why have you
left,
got R and left on your socks?
And I've got them.
How old are you? Why have you got R and L on your socks?
They're actually, the wife bought them because they're trainer socks, and then she didn't like them. I went, I'll fucking have them.
How'd you put them on the wrong feet?
Because you just fuck them on, mate. You know, I don't care.
I didn't even know socks came with right or left.
Yeah.
I thought it was just two socks.
Some clearly do. We've digressed clearly. So yeah, it's been a shitty couple of weeks, but like, I'm not fucking dead. Like I said, I've been worse than this in the past. So I think, and this is where the exercise we've been putting in since November last year, and my own time working on strengthening my mind. So like, I listen to podcasts as well, and I've got audiobooks to listen to and whatnot. I think had I have had this week a year ago, I'd have been way worse.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
That would have been really bad. Like, I used to have moments where I'd literally sit there and I couldn't move or talk. Like, the missus would be trying to talk to me, and I couldn't talk. I'd want to talk to her, and I literally couldn't say a word out of my mouth, and I couldn't fucking move. And I could be like sat in the middle of the kitchen floor, and it used to take me like a while to get out of it. Sometimes like an hour, half hour. The last time that happened, I got out of it within the space of about 10 minutes. That was a few months ago. But that has not happened all this week. And even the missus got pissed off because she keep asking me, "You're right?" I'm like, "I'm fine." It's what, stop saying you're fine like that. But I needed to get me through the week.
Yeah.
Like, there's
trick your
yeah,
mind.
There's little things like that. Just telling yourself, "Nah, I'm fine."
Fake it till you make it.
It's like, you're not, but nah, fuck it, I am. Like, if you can say you're fine, then you ain't that fucking bad.
You got all your limbs and you're alive, mate.
Because the people that really are not fine can't say they're fine. They're like, "You're right," and they're like,
got no legs, mate.
"No."
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's people that say they're fine when they're not. Like, I ain't been. Really sorry about that little interruption. I literally just happened to glance at my computer.
I say at least we noticed it.
Yeah,
like
and it said something overloading, blah de blah, and I realised the audio had stopped recording. Luckily, we only missed about 2 minutes, so I'm so happy I didn't get to the end of the podcast.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god,
shit,
can you imagine?
My
God.
The only thing I have to think about. What I just listened back, it was to where it said like, yeah, don't get me wrong, there's people that say they're fine when they're fucking not. Shit. Fill the gap.
Fill the gap. I was in a band.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was it. I think
we got some songs on YouTube somewhere, man.
I think we touched on. Was it after that where we touched on the?
Is that when I touched on I was a textbook depressive?
I think so. Yeah, because he just goes to, when he gets really bad. It's just the old substance abuse, alcohol, drugs.
Pretty classic.
Yeah.
Stick with the classics. That's what I say. Alcohol and drug abuse.
Whereas me being the productive individual I always strive to be, I got that down this week. I actually wrote some lyrics, which I haven't wrote for fucking a long time.
You are a lovely lyricist, Ryan.
Thank you. Do you want to hear what I wrote?
What?
Do you want to hear what I wrote? Should we put that in?
We might as well.
It's pretty fucking depressing, so it might give people an idea of how fucking shit this week's been. I did mention to James before the podcast that I'd wrote a bit. It's like, "Oh, did you?" Do
you know what else I'm going to blame as well? I'm going to blame Bo Burnham and his new special. Because I think I was feeling fine.
Yeah.
Until I saw his new special.
Right.
And it just puts so much shit into perspective of how shit the world is.
Yeah.
And it was just like, fuck you, Bo. You're making me feel things.
I tell you what, you saying that, the only other theory I've had for me struggling this past week or so is I've been listening to an audio book by David Goggins. Right? You don't know him.
No, I don't.
Anyone else that's listened to the podcast that's never heard of him, he's like a motivational guy, but it's like, he used to be like a Navy SEAL, and he's got like, I think, the world record for the most pull-ups done in 24 hours, and blah de blah de blah.
Is he the one that wrote that book with Jocko?
No.
That Extreme Ownership?
No, that was Leif.
I know that was a couple of Navy SEALs, weren't it?
Yeah, but they were together in...
Ah, right, okay.
No, but David Goggins basically goes through, each chapter is like a struggle in his life. So it's like, oh yeah, finally got shit going, and then I think like just shit just fucking happens. Like his legs fucking break, or there's one chapter where it finds out he's got a hole in his heart that he's had since he was born, Yeah.
How do you not know that?
Exactly.
Jesus.
Like, literally, it's like...
How did he get into the Navy
some shit
SEALs
happens
with a
to
hole
him.
in his heart?
Don't know. Like, he didn't feel it until that point.
That's mental.
But yeah, the basic premise of the book is like, shit happens, he gets over it, starts getting going again, and then some other shit happens. And it ain't my car broke or the missus is upset. It's always fucking difficult shit, right? And similar to how you've just said about Bo kind of pointing out how shit the world is, he does in that audiobooks, he just points out about like people's mindsets. A lot of it is about mindset and your outlook, and basically how people struggle with basically persevering through anything like that's mental anguish, basically, and like forcing yourself to do the shit. I mean, there's a bit where he talks about, because he used to be a PT instructor in the Navy SEALs, and there's this thing called BUDS where you first start.
Yeah, well, Jocko goes on about that.
Does, yeah.
What is it? Underwater diving something.
It's just basic training at the start.
Is it?
Of being a SEAL. Yeah, BUDS. BUDS is basic training.
What's it stand
but it's
for?
hard.
It's something underwater diving something. I'm sure it is.
School.
I'm sure Jocko goes on about, and he always goes on about it's not as important as you think.
Yeah, but within that, there's this thing they call Hell Week, which is like really fucking hard. Like
Sounds
that really,
nice.
really weeds people out. But like this guy ended up having to do 3 of them not because he failed, but because like I think the one literally broke his legs, and the next one he got like ill, so we had to get dismissed, and like just shit like that. But anyway, he becomes a PT instructor, and he's pushing people that hard. They're like, fucking hell, Goggins, this ain't bloody BUDS. And he's like, and that upset him because basically what he does is he pushes himself to do shit that he doesn't want to fucking do.
You gotta bully your mind, don't you?
Yeah, he literally makes himself like do all this really hard fucking shit mentally, like workouts wise. So he uses physical activity to do it, but real hard physical workouts that he doesn't want to do, makes himself do them, because the way he refers to it is that he's callousing his mind. So that when life does throw a fucking shit brick at you, you can handle it. So in a physical sense, it's like you lift weights or whatever, so that when you come to one down to move house, you can move all the shit. You can lift it all, can't you? Because you've been training, almost ready for these experiences in life when you're going to need some strength.
Yeah.
So like that, but the mental side of it. So like as you said with the Bo Burnham thing, it kind of exposes like all the shit that's in the world. And then the other thing I find, I don't know if most people get this, because most people, what the common narrative seems to be is that if you're feeling shitty, but then you can see someone that's doing something like you're doing similar or better, and they're handling it better, it's like, well, if they can do it, fucking yeah, I can too. Like, that's like a basic thing. With me, I tend to be like, shit, they're doing like shit way harder than I'm doing and dealing with it. I can't even handle this. Like, fuck, I'm just, what a waste. And then I go,
your mind can go either way, can't you?
I just go for the negative. I'm like, oh shit, like fucking
go either
great.
way.
Yeah. Like, but the missus said the other day when I was down, I was on about the podcast and what to say, and I said something, and what'd she say now? She probably said, oh, you know, like you tell people like to do and you're not doing it. I was like, yeah, thanks for that. She went, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I was like, that's how I took it. I took it as if she was saying like, well, you tell other people to do it and you ain't even fucking doing it. You're a piece of shit. Who the fuck are you? That's what my mind twisted it into. She didn't say those words. And I said that to her, and she went, I didn't mean it like that at all. But I've been in that negative of a mindset this past week. I've just been like, man, you're shit. But then I'd be listening to his audiobook at times, being like, nah, man, if you can do it, and like he's right, yeah, I've just got to push myself, and I'll be like, yeah, but then it'll be like, nah, man, I'm just fucking piece of shit.
Tell you, man, I'm dragging you out of bed tomorrow if you ain't up.
I'll get up, I think, hopefully.
Fucking better.
I feel like I had another way I was going with that, and then I've sidetracked off to talk about that, because I was talking, and you said about the bow thing, didn't you?
Oh, man, it's so good, though.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for beautifully depressing things.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to say these fucking lyrics, weren't I?
Yes.
They're not a lot. Don't worry, people. I ain't going to start rapping for you on this podcast. Like, I'll say that for Music Channel. But I'll just say these couple fucking words that I wrote during the week. Each day's like a fucking beating. Feels the way that I'm fucking treated. I see the way, but I'm fucking bleeding. Like my knees are grazed, but I keep competing. Back it aches when I'm fucking breathing. I'd medicate, but it seems deceiving. The lying belief keeps me reaching. Like I can believe I can reach the ceiling, when I fucking swear I'm nothing more than on the floor just fucking dreaming. To be more specific, the cause of this is the thoughts that visit. That's where I got to.
Nice.
Yeah.
I see you writing now.
Thank you.
Maybe if you can, every time you're feeling sad, just get back into your writing. Hopefully that can be an outlet for you.
One of the half ideas was to do like a lyrical version of each podcast. Like talking about
I remember you saying that
and things like that.
I think that's quite a good idea, but that's one of those things, right? If you didn't have kids and you didn't have a wife and you could just sit in the studio, you worked a 9 to 5 and you could just sit in the fucking studio all night, you could do bad shit like that.
Yeah.
That's one of those things, that'll be a time constraint.
Yeah. The only
So wait for your channel to take off and you can quit your job and then you got all the time in the day then.
I'm not actively working on that.
No, I know, I'm just saying. When you get to that point, you can fucking do that shit all you want.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for now, it's all about strengthening the podcast and the fitness channel. Well, I think we're roughly just over half hour in. I think it's nice to flip it now. We'll go, as you touched on the start, about the physical stuff.
Yes.
The exercise thing. Because, I mean, that's how...
I can do 8 pull-ups.
I need to burp.
What is wrong with you?
You can talk while I burp.
No, I'm going to awkwardly have it silent now and wait. Oh, that was gross.
Excuse me.
Ugh.
Sorry. I blew it away.
Fingers in me in the working out. Another thing that gets me down is that just when I feel like I'm on a roll and I'm getting somewhere, there's another injury.
One quick note.
I feel like I've got tendonitis in my right elbow.
Should we do a purposeful pause so we can go outside and cool down a bit? Because it's fucking hot.
Push through, man. Mental training.
Yeah, good.
Mental training.
Alright, fair play. Yeah, fuck it.
You can sit in this fucking sweat box with me for another 20 minutes, man.
You're right.
You can do 10 pull-ups in the morning.
You're right. No, I like that. You're
Mate,
right.
I'm always fucking right.
No, you're not.
I'm not. I am very, very rarely right.
So...
So I rely on him for everything because I'm fucking useless.
Not everything. I just help give you that nudge.
I
I do to you what I'm trying to do to other people with this podcast.
And you have helped me a lot, and you could help a lot of people, I think.
Thank you.
You just got to reach the right ears.
We tried working out in the mornings 2 years ago.
It was about 3 years ago.
I can't... Was it the elbow for me that started that decline? Because we were pretty consistent with it until my elbow, or relatively, I feel. Was it roughly? Oh, either way, we tried a few years ago, and for whatever reasons, it didn't fully work out. So I messaged James the end of November-ish last year, 2020. And literally, if I remember rightly, my message said something along the lines of...
I've still got the message somewhere.
Do you actually want it? We're going to waste time for you.
You keep talking, I'm going to find it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of like, look, we both need to fucking change. You're fucking struggling. I'm fucking struggling. But I twisted it because half the time you've got such low self-worth. You don't want to work on yourself. You don't want to put effort in to make yourself better because you're like, I'm going to fucking help that piece of shit. Like you would when you see someone else that like wants a hand from you. Like, you're a fucking dick. I don't even like you. Why would I help you? So when you don't like yourself, you don't want to help yourself. And it's a horrible negative feedback loop. It's fucking terrible.
You don't like yourself. You feel like you don't deserve to do something good for yourself.
Yes. But what you often find with people like that is they do like to help the other people that they feel deserve it. So I says to James, right, I'm struggling, you're struggling, but we'll flip it. You get up in the morning to fucking help me because I need it, and I'll get up in the morning to fucking help you because you need it. And that's why we started exercising, not because we said we want to get buff, man. I want to get fucking ripped.
I don't really give a shit about getting buff.
Like,
I'd like to look nice without a shirt on.
With the physical side of stuff, because we do calisthenics bodyweight training. I would like to hit some of the movements, like planches and muscle ups.
Some of that
I'd
stuff.
like to achieve that. That'd just be a nice thing to achieve in my life, being able to do some movements like that. That's right. I know. That's basically what I said. So yeah, but as I say, the main reason we started physical exercise every morning was because we were struggling mentally with life.
Yep.
Not for getting buff.
And like I said at the beginning, exercising is the only thing that has helped us. That's what you were saying about the text. It was like, we're both struggling. We need to get on the exercise to make just to make it's more about for us, weren't it? It's just for your mind. It was to strengthen our mind and to make us feel good about ourselves for once. Because
you get a couple of different things from it. I don't know about you, but I feel I've always said the cardio is what does it, because it gets you.
I fucking hate cardio though, man.
But once we were doing that, it felt like we were getting better results mentally.
Yeah, definitely, 1,000,000%. It wasn't. You get a blood pump and you feel like you put better sets in.
It's so nuts because.
But my heel's still fucked. I need to go to a doctor. I really do. My heel's still fucked.
Okay, fucking doctor.
But as long as I can do it on the bike for now, I'm all right enough.
At least you can do something. We always say that, don't we?
And that's our motto, innit?
Yeah,
do what you can.
Yeah, do something. Something's a far cry from nothing.
Right, because once a week one of our elbows goes, or your shoulder goes, or something, or my knee's gone, or fucking something.
And that's why we do, because I vlog it as well, the workouts that we do, and I do that to show the realism of it, because a lot of these people that you see that are out there, they're like fit and healthy and whatnot, and you see like the posts they put on Instagram and all that sort of shit, and you just feel like it's unobtainable because you can't relate to them, because you look and you just think, you're not a fucking family man with a full-time job and trying to support your wife and kids and everything as well. You just do this for a living. You've got all day to fucking work out, so of course you look ripped and shredded and you're strong. Like, we ain't got time for that shit. But that's why I vlog it, to show like I make the time to fucking work out. People often go like, you got the energy to do it, aside from this week. Normally, that's what gives me the energy to do it. And I do it, and I vlog it to be like, I didn't want to fucking do it today because I've got this extra this week with the kids or work, or I've hurt my elbow, or I've hurt my fucking shoulder, or like with Hampton, his heel, and he's had problems with his elbows as well, and all that sort of, just shit.
Just do what you can.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a day of squats or something. It's mainly just about the mental win that you're doing something.
I think it's great just having a pull-up bar in your house, because you can just walk past it and just do some pull-ups.
Yeah.
As you walk into one or two. Done.
One of Sophie's sisters has got a pull-up bar in one of their door frames. So whenever we go around for like a barbecue or something, I just like just walk in the kitchen, just like do a couple, walk off.
Hell yeah, that's what I do here. Well, not as often as I'd like. But yes, what I found with exercise and the mentality is that with the strength training side of what we do, you get that goal satisfaction, because for anyone watching this or listening to this that's hearing me saying like calisthenics bodyweight training, it's all pull-ups, push-ups, dips, sit-ups. It's all stuff you just do with your body. You don't need barbells and dumbbells and whatnot. And half the time people will be like, I can't even do a pull-up. Or they'll be like, I could probably do one. So like, you got to admit, if you can do one pull-up and then you practice with that, and then by the end of that week or the next week you could do 2 or 3, you'd feel good.
Yeah.
That feels good. You've improved. You've put effort into something, and you've been rewarded with a new skill. You can now do more.
Whenever we beat our max reps out there, it's a great feeling.
It feels good.
I did 10 today. Yeah.
And it's these little wins. Like, again, if you're getting up, we do it in the mornings because we've got full-time jobs and families. All right, so it's the only time we can do it. So you feel like you've won just by getting up, because you're like, I actually got off my ass, got out of bed, I've got a gym in my garden that I've built. And it's, when I say gym, it's a pull-up bar and some dip bars and
it's nice though, man.
A cover so we don't get pissed on with rain. So I'm like, if I'm just outside in the morning, I'm like, sweet, I've won. That's a little win. So there's that kind of side, that kind of like goal-orientated wins, like feel good shit. So you feel good because you've achieved something, because you've done something good. So that helps. But what I noticed is we were a couple months into the workouts, I think. We're a month or 2 in, I feel. Because I remember saying to James that even though we were getting up every morning and working out, I weren't feeling the mental benefits like I had when
you were still tired and stuff.
When we previously worked out. But I always compare it to how I am with the kids in the morning. If I've got no patience for them being kids in the morning, I'm like, something's wrong. Like, because when you exercise, like, I'd get better at that. I'd always find the typical example I always kind of talk about is coming in and the kids are arguing over something and your mind is like, you just fucking get along. Stop fucking going off, share, you bastards. Fucking have that told. You just get out my fucking face. Like, fuck off. And you're like, I don't go that nuts at my kids, but you feel like that. You're like, you just got no patience for it. You're like, man, just get out my fucking face. Already arguing, man. It's 7:30. Do one. But when I've had a good workout in the morning, I'd get in and be like, hey. It's all right, kids. Don't worry about it. Hey, that toy does not belong to you.
What was the Oliver Twist accent?
It belongs to your brother.
No.
It fucking
belongs
does.
to your brother.
Hey. I put that on because I'm like, it's fucking mellow. I'm literally like...
Is that your mellow voice?
That's my mellow voice.
You know.
But I'm glad you're here to call me out. So literally, I'm just like, hey, chill out. Look, stop. You do that. You do this. If you don't do that, you'll get a warning. But if you do this, you'll get 2 stars for your star chart. Come on. So I'm quite analytical. I can break things down easy. I always say it's like the fog's been lifted and I can see shit clearly.
I can see clearly now. The rain has gone.
Thank you. But I weren't getting that from doing strength training. And that's when I said it to James. I was like, I think we need to do cardio. And I'm not no fucking scientist, but it's something to do with your heart rate and getting your blood pumping. It's like a magic button. If you can do a little... We just did 10 minutes, didn't we? We didn't do a full fucking hit workout.
No, it was just keep moving for 10 minutes.
We just did 10 solid minutes. We didn't have a break. We'd literally... It's all in my vlogs, if you want to go see proof of it. But we'd literally stand there. I've got a little time clock. I used to do it on my phone originally. And we'd jog on the spot for a minute. and then we'd like do some jumping jacks for a minute, and then run on the spot for a minute. We'd use running on the spot to break up the different movements, but basically for 10 minutes we'd just keep moving, just get your heart rate pumping, and you're like, whew, yeah. And like the first time James did it, he nearly died because he'd never done anything like it in his life.
I fucking hate cardio with a passion.
But yeah, doing that physical and stuff, and I've even spoke to someone recently from the fight club that I go to, because I also do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I think's great for your mental health, just combat sports.
Yeah, man, rolling around with other men.
That's it, it's great. Grab a handful of sack.
I don't like confrontation.
We'll talk
I
about
would just
it
be
later.
crying in the corner the entire time.
You'd love it.
I would love it.
But anyway, one of the lads was like, I'm going to join the gym soon. And with my fitness stuff, I'm like, it's like my ultimate killer. Because I'm like, you don't need to fucking join a gym. I'm like, why are you joining a gym? And he's like, well, 'cause he's got stuff there. I'm like, well, strength stuff, you don't need it. You just need a pull-up bar and some gymnastics rings. So you probably spend fucking 30 quid. And that's what 1 month's membership worth of payment. And he's like, but they've got like running machines and rowers and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can run on cardio and fat burn is just getting your heart rate up. You get your heart rate up by fucking moving. Just by moving more and just keep fucking moving. So that can literally just be jogging on the spot, standing on the spot, just punching the fucking air, waving your arms around, doing some little squat movements, going round in fucking circles. Just keep your fucking body moving and don't stop moving until you're feeling out of breath a bit, and then push it a bit past that, and then there you go, you've done a cardio workout basically.
Those bloody donkey kicks, man.
Oh, they were fun.
Ugh.
But the basic thing is what I'm saying is you don't need equipment to make your heart pump more.
Yeah, people think they do. People think that without a gym membership and all that equipment, you can't get fit.
No, fuck that. Because by the time you drove to a gym, you could have done a little cardio workout.
The amount of people I've spoken to about it and all about why there's a couple of young lads at work and stuff, and they're all like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get some weights and all this shit. I'm like, what do you want them for?
Yeah.
You don't, maybe get a kettlebell, because they're pretty good all use rounds.
Yeah, I like kettlebells.
Kettlebell and a little dumbbell maybe or something, just to have a weight on your chest if you're doing sit-ups or something.
Don't get me wrong, I've got nothing actually against weightlifting.
Oh, not at all.
What I'm against is the preset mindset that men seem to have, where it's if you want to get stronger, you have to lift weights.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to either join the ones that don't join a gym are like, buy a multi-gym, and then they go and spend like how much on a fucking multi-gym or a bench and weights and all that shit and squeeze it into the fucking garage. It's like, nah, just fucking pull-up bar, gymnastic rings. Like the amount of squat variations you can do that'll build your fucking legs up is nuts. You ever tried doing a fucking pistol squat? I still can't do one.
Oh, they're fucking hate them and all. Well, I haven't got the balance all the strength to do them, man. I'm surprised I can do one-legged squats.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I mean, even now, just talking
even then
about...
we have to balance our feet on stuff, don't we? Because like, how to hold your other leg up while you go down on your... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, the split squats can be awkward. But that's because we're still getting used to them. What the fuck was I going to say then? But that was it. I was going to say, even just talking about being physical is making me feel better.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, you're right.
It is. Because, it's that thing like, if your missus says you're going to get it tonight, you have that little feeling of, oh, yay. Like, you feel good because you know it's going to be good when you're doing it.
Oh, obviously. Who doesn't love fucking?
I think this is that. I'm talking about exercise and I'm feeling a bit better because I know, because I can feel it, that when I'm trying to remember how it feels to talk to you about it, I'm remembering how it feels. I'm like, fuck yeah, feels fucking great. Mate, when I've got off my arse, and especially if I've done 10 minutes, I'd say is a minimum. But if you can do like a good half hour, like the best mornings.
Well, we're doing 20 tomorrow. I'll go on that bike for 20. And mate, you can do something else.
I really want to do a 20-minute to 30-minute run, and then get back and then do dynamic movements like the donkey kicks and everything else, and do that for like another half an hour. I want to do like a full hour.
Oh, dude, you're getting up at 4 in the morning then, mate. I'll see you at 5:30.
I thought if I get outside for 5 hour cardio and then hour strength, that would be my perfect morning. I'm not going to push myself to that.
Let's just get back to getting up again.
I think we should touch on this as well, what we were just about to start talking about, because that's another thing that puts people off. We're just talking about physical shit now for anyone just joining the podcast. Oh, ask you for a piece of information while I've just thought about it. Twitch. I've been recommended Twitch again.
I thought that's for gaming.
But it isn't, because the guy I was talking to yesterday, he's got a mate who's got like he's set up like some decks in a DJ booth in his garage.
Right. And
it's called Back to the 80s. And he streams this like 80s radio show.
Oh,
and
it might just be a full-on streaming service.
It is.
I just thought it was for gamers.
No, you can put anything.
Never used it.
So the idea is to Twitch the podcast when I'm recording. So it'd be like live now. Someone could just join in live in the middle of us talking.
I've never understood Let's Plays. I never got it.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Anyone else that's watching this that knows about Twitch and stuff, let me know. And if you think that would be a good idea, if it's something you'd be into.
I'm sure you just set up a camera and make an account.
Oh,
I imagine.
If I did it to start with, I'd just do it on my phone. I'd just get
to be honest, you could just put your phone on your tripod, put it out in there.
I've got another tripod for my phone.
That's what I mean.
That's
what I'm saying. Get that tripod for it and then get your phone out there in the morning and just stream your workout.
Ooh, that'd be another good one.
Quick 5-minute job to log in. Even if you only get one person looking at it, it'll grow eventually.
That might be a nice way to start. See how that goes and then maybe bring it to the podcast.
Yeah.
And start with a workout.
I see why not. I think it's free membership. I think.
I like it. But what I was going to get into for the exercise sort of thing, because people might be listening to this and listen to the first part of this episode and be like, yeah, man, we can relate to that. Life's shit. It's fucking hard at times and we feel fucking down and yeah, we feel sluggish and we don't want to get up in the mornings and all of that and da-da-da. And then we've said like, right, start exercising, your life's going to be a fucking lot better. And they're like, and they feel like it's a big step. I'm fully aware of this. This is why, going back to when I first messaged James about exercising, how did we start working out?
We literally just got here, just fucked about for like half hour.
Yeah.
We'd do a couple of, we'd do sets of pull-ups.
I think the first,
maybe dips.
The first day, the first morning we met, we just talked for an hour. I'm pretty sure we didn't actually do anything. We just talked about what we might do. And then
probably just setting up that whiteboard and that and thinking out routines and shit, yeah.
From what I remember putting it in my posts about, I think we just did like a little circuit thing where we do like 3 pull-ups, 3 push-ups, 3 dips.
Shit, yeah, we did, didn't we?
And then we try and do rounds of it. Sometimes we'd do 1 round, sometimes we'd do 2, sometimes we'd do 3. But it literally wasn't strict.
I remember doing the rounds. It was literally like 3 pull-ups, weren't it? It was 3 pull-ups, 3 dips, 3 push-ups. I'm sure it was 3 body rows.
Yeah.
As well.
It was something small.
3 Aussies, just something little.
The main priority
was getting up.
Yeah, it wasn't put on doing because what I'm getting at is that people are looking to do like exercising and they'll be like, oh, what's the like optimum workout to do? What's best to do for like my body type and this and whatnot? And that's not the important thing, because you could go full on. My wife's done it when she first joined the gym. She joined it, done a fucking 2 classes, and she could barely walk the next 2 days.
Yep.
She couldn't fucking walk, and it's like, who the fuck wants to do that? So what you want to nail first is the consistency. So if you let's say you do want to join a gym for whatever reason, you're just like, no, I can't build anything at home. I don't want to do.
A lot of them have like swimming pools and stuff, and a lot of people use them.
You want to join the gym, fine. Just go first. Don't worry about picking classes and shit like that. Just go. The first time you go, just walk around the gym, have a look at some of the equipment, maybe jump on something.
Just have a look at what other people are doing as well.
Yeah, and then the next time you go, just go, I'm just going to have a fiddle with that piece of equipment today.
And
just have a play.
From what I've heard as well, not that I'm a relative gym goer, but I have been to gyms.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are more than happy to help out.
Yeah.
Well, if someone's doing something, you've got a question about it, just feel free.
Yeah. But what I'm hitting more on is just concentrate on going to the gym each day, or whatever. If you're going to do the old like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever split you're going to do, or if you do want to go every day, pick your goal, be realistic, but concentrate on just getting there and arriving. As long as you've got there and got in the door, if you spend that next hour fucking sitting around just looking and talking to people, fine. Don't long term, wrong.
Don't make that a habit. Yeah.
Yes, but just to get into the habit of just going there every day. Right, I'm just going to turn up. Today I'm going to turn up and try and do a little bit. Right, okay. Today I've done that last time. I'm going to try and do a little bit more this time and not work in. I think we didn't do a proper full fucking workout for about 8 or 9 weeks when we first started.
And I'm sure when we did, my elbow went.
Yeah, because you pushed it too much.
Same old me, innit?
Yeah, impatient. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to get across, is that like we literally weaned it in. Because I was going to do a 6-month video for me fitness channel, be like, it's been 6 months, we've been working out in the mornings and whatnot. And I thought to myself, shit, if I've been like working out solid consistently for 6 months, I should be like fucking ripped. But I'm like, but I haven't. I've been working out consistently, but I haven't been working out with the intensity.
Yeah, we haven't been working out enough to put us into a fucking coma every day.
No, it's only been the last month or so that we've really started pushing it with the push-pull workouts. Before, so we nailed the consistency, and then we got into doing like more of a proper workout. But it's what I call now is a maintenance workout, where we just do pull-ups, push-ups, dips, do sets of 10. Like, it'll keep your strength up, but that'll just maintain you. You ain't gonna build muscle.
No.
You're not going to get really strong, but it's going to keep you fit and it's going to keep you strong in general for life, which is perfect. for me, for the channel and whatnot, and because I'm interested in it, I want to be able to progress to the special movements that you can do with calisthenics, like a body weight handstand push up and stuff like that.
Muscle ups are the dream. I tried doing a muscle up at work the other day. And I got to about there, and I was just like, how the fuck do they pull themselves
There's
up?
2 ways of doing it. There's the, what do they call it? Like the freestyle one where it's with the swing
I've
and
seen
then you
the swing.
pop.
You've told me about the swing.
Or there's a strict muscle up where you literally just pull and bring your body up.
Well, that's what I mean. I tried to do a strict one, and I was just like, I got to about there. And I was like, how the fuck do they do that?
I think you do the swing one first to get used to that movement.
Well, we're on front levers, aren't we, at the minute?
Yes, because I think that's going to be the first skill we can achieve. But yeah, that's only been these last month or 2-ish that we've really started pushing, and we've been noticing the improvements, haven't we? Like I've been doing 12 kilogram weighted pull-ups now,
So
and I've
you've
started
been
doing.
smashing it. We're hitting like 10.
And
Like
down
10
from that.
weighted pull-ups, man. That's fucking impressive. I think what did I get to? I think I'm gonna do six weighted with an 8 kilogram.
But there's people listening to this, like, Matt, I could barely do 2 normal pull-ups.
Yeah, I know, it's true.
And what I like about calisthenics is because it's all movements where it's compound movements, so you're not just isolating a bicep or your pec or anything like that. It's like you don't get that. You can't make your body look awkward. You know, if someone does weightlifting and they're not quite fucking doing it right, they can have an awkward looking body. Like, can have like really high up shoulders sort of thing, or just like big fucking biceps but little forearms and whatnot. But with bodyweight training, you're always going to get a well-rounded physique.
Yeah.
No matter what you do. So like, our strength's improved a lot.
You're doing pull-ups, man. You're strengthening your forearms and your back. Chin-ups is your biceps and your chest.
Yeah.
Same with dips is your triceps and your back and your chest. And
yeah. Like, our strength has improved a lot. But
I do feel stronger.
Yeah, but physically, looking wise,
a 6-pack
we haven't. That's all about diet.
I ain't got the discipline, mate.
That's diet. The 6-pack's just diet. It's there. Everyone's got a fucking 6-pack. You just got to stop eating as much calories.
Yeah. I love calories.
I'll touch on that while we're fucking on this subject. Actually, what I will quickly do is I'm just going to quickly pause the camera because it cuts off at half an hour and we're at 29 minutes.
Yeah, cut it off now.
So I'm just going to flip this. So bear with me 2 seconds. Yeah, what was I just about to say? Fat loss. The 6-pack thing. I always like to use water as an analogy because people can always picture water.
It's you and fucking water.
And the bucket.
And the fucking bucket.
I keep saying it's going to be in a t-shirt one day. Get them drips in.
That's a slogan, that is.
It fucking is.
That's the brand.
But when it comes to like calories and weight and trying to lose fat, you've got a bucket. It's underneath a tap, right? The tap's running, but there's a hole in the bottom of the bucket. Okay. The tap running is all the food you're eating. The hole at the bottom is the calories you're naturally burning. Okay. If you want less water in that bucket, you've either got to slow the tap down, reduce your calories, or make the hole in the bottom bigger, which is burn more calories. You can do a bit of both, or you can do one or the other. You can either keep pouring the tap at the same pace, eating as the same what you eat, but you're going to have to fucking work out a lot more. Which, if you realise what it is, I always say now, you know, on food it says like the sugar...
sugar, fat content.
Yeah, your daily content thing. I think it should also have like an equivalent workout to burn it on.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
So like I always compare it to a Freddo.
That'd be like a 10-minute run.
Yeah, because a 10-minute run, 10-15 minute run, it was roughly about 100 odd calories when I first done it. And then when I found out a Freddo is 100 calories, I was like, wow. I was like, if you told me like, well, it's either not eat that, which is quite easy to just not eat that, or you got to go and run for like 12 minutes. I'm like, oh, fuck off, man. I'd rather just not eat that. I have to go fucking do a run.
Too fucking right.
It's like, and that's just a Freddo. So you can imagine if you eat like a whole cake. Or like,
pizza,
your calories soon fucking add up.
I love pizza.
So it's like, it's so much easier just to stop eating so much shit. Much better. Like, if you can keep on top of just what you're eating, you don't worry so much about like what you're actually eating. Just look at the fucking numbers, man. Yes, granted, if you have a McDonald's, there's a lot more calories in that compared to having a normal meal.
Yeah, but you can eat a McDonald's, you just don't... Everything in moderation, innit?
Yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Like this morning, me and Moan, we ordered, because you can order anything now, we ordered a full English breakfast.
Nice.
So anyone that's listening that's not familiar with that, I can't remember where she got it from.
Oh, mate,
but it was like bacon, sausages, tomato, beans, toast, egg, the lot. So I just didn't have a lunch today. I had that for breakfast, and then I didn't have lunch, and then I had a small dinner. So I'm like, I'm fine.
Everything in moderation, mate.
Yeah. If you're going to have a big dirty meal...
That's why I'm not allowed alcohol or drugs, Ryan. Because I can't moderate. I am all or nothing. That is my personality.
Not good.
Like, if I had a fucking little shot of whiskey or something now, I'll be like, well, I'm going to drink the whole fucking bottle. I just can't control myself.
It's not good. Not good. I guess we'll start winding down then. I guess we've been through it. We basically both said we've been a bit shit lately.
Touched on a bit of depression and how exercise helps.
Yes, it really fucking does. Really fucking does.
Can't stress this enough. You can control your body to make yourself do it. You've got to make yourself do it. That's the thing. Like we said, just anyone listening who doesn't really know what to do or they're struggling with anything, just try getting up early.
Like, even if it's just like 5 minutes.
Yeah, even if it's just not even to work out or nothing. Just, what does Jordan Peterson say? He says getting up one of the first things he says is, doesn't matter what time you go to bed.
As long as you get up at the same time every day.
Get up at the same time every day.
Because we need structure. We need to know what the fuck we're doing with each day. Because when you feel lost, that's when you feel lost. If you know what you're doing with each day, and that starts with getting up at the same time. Yeah. Just doing that is helpful.
It's that little bit of discipline in your head as well.
Even if it's just you get up, just get yourself straight out of bed, go downstairs, make a cup of tea or a coffee or whatever the fuck you can drink, and then just chuck the fucking news on or something, an episode of Friends, some shit. Just get yourself awake, whatever, and then just maybe start just waking up, and then if you can progress to doing like a little workout, fucking sweet. But
even if you just do get up and just do 10 push-ups or something.
Something is a huge step from nothing.
One morning you're just doing 10 push-ups, then you're like, oh, I might do 15 now, I'm feeling alright, do 15. And then you're like, oh, I've done 15, I'm going to throw some sit-ups in there as well.
Yeah.
And then you just evolve. Like you said, you don't go fucking full force at it.
Yeah.
Like you said about us getting up when we first started again, it's just we got here every morning, we took it easy, we had a bit of a chat, just fucked about a little bit on the bars. You don't just throw yourself whole hog into it. You have to work yourself up to that.
But people seem to think you have to. They go from doing nothing and then looking at having to do all that, and that's why they stay doing nothing. It's like, no, something is a huge step from nothing. Nothing is chaos. Nothing is a black fucking hole. Something is, I did something this morning. Hey, mate, like, you can't hate yourself when you've done something.
Yeah.
You can feel a bit bad, but you ain't going to hate yourself.
Just do fucking 10 squats when you get up or something. Just something small like that. If you can't do 10, just do 1.
Yeah.
Just fucking do 1, then you can be like, I did 1, I'll do 2 tomorrow.
Yeah. Just incremental. Just
small little steps, and then in 2 years' time, you're like, fuck me, I'm doing fucking fun on flags on poles and fucking doing all this shit. And
that's it. Right, I'm going to get you to fuck off because it's getting late, and this is Sunday evening. This podcast is going out tomorrow morning at 6 a.m, and I've still got to edit the little fuck up that happened earlier and get it uploaded and get it up to YouTube as well.
Yeah, and we're up at fucking 5:30 in the morning. I think we should take our own advice, right, tomorrow.
In what way?
Take it a bit easier tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, we went that far off. I mean,
I know it's only like a week.
I worked out the first half of last week. I only missed Thursday, Friday.
It was only the week, weren't it? I suppose we'll see how film we get here. But I will definitely fucking be here. And that is the key.
All day.
Consistency.
Well, thanks for coming on with me.
I had fun. It was nice. Apart from the sweat box. But yeah, it was nice.
Any comments from people in regard to... I do feel like I could have let him speak a bit more.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm used to being the fucking second bitch to you anyway.
Yeah, but I want to start getting guests on at some point. So like, I need to look at myself. What I can do better because I've been telling myself that I need to get used to doing the podcast on my own before I'm people on. Whereas after doing this with you, I'm realising actually maybe I could get too used to doing it on my own because I'm used to talking to the camera and just going for it. Like maybe actually I'm like, maybe I should start getting people on a bit sooner so that I can start getting used to talking to other people.
Well, I'll definitely install some kind of air circulation.
This is the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah,
because this week's just hot.
It is just fucking warm, innit?
So this room is just fully insulated, soundproof room that I've built for my music. So like, there's no windows or anything.
And it's like the hottest day of the year as well.
Yeah.
The picture does not do it justice. It's fucking like my hair is like just.
I can just feel sweat.
I had a shower before I came here. I'm gonna have a shower when I get back.
Yeah, good point.
Jeez, fucking Christ.
So yeah, if you're listening, let me know you're listening. If you're watching, let me know you're watching. If you are watching, comments are always fucking great, even if it's just to tell me I got a big nose.
My hay fever made me snort really bad then.
It's right. I'm
sorry.
I'm cool with it. It's fine. If you're just listening, you can get me on Ryan's Road Podcast at gmail.com, or you can get us on the socials, Ryan's.road at Instagram and Ryan's Road 22.
One thing you need to do for your guests, you have to plug them. So have I got any plugs? Like my Twitter, my Instagram?
Yeah, it's only if you like did something.
I've got a very fun Instagram.
Okay.
I have
at JThrottle.
At JThrottle.
Yeah.
Is it just JThrottle?
Yeah.
Just JThrottle.
But normally you do that if like the guest is like a scientist or like.
Yeah, but I post like video game stuff and Pokemon stuff.
All right, at JThrottle if you want
I'm really
to
into
follow my buddy.
Pokemon. To be
I've got
fair.
nothing against
It's
people
very-
following you.
very
Sorry, I just
sad.
didn't think that. I suppose.
It sounds like you have, Ryan. It sounds like it's all fucking you all the fucking time.
Well, it normally is. It has been for 15 episodes.
Your
Fancy
entire
podcast.
fucking life, Ryan.
That's it. Yes, so comments and why, especially with having James on, let me know if you liked having him on or if you didn't. But if you didn't tell me why, that'd be nice. Or if you tell me you
No,
don't,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
gonna
whoa,
ask you
whoa,
why.
whoa, whoa.
What?
Whoa.
What?
I don't want people telling you why they don't like me.
I do.
You know my self-esteem, Ryan.
You ain't going to
If
tell
you're
me.
like, mate,
won't
this
tell
bloke,
you.
this bloke said you look like a twat, I'll just fucking cry.
No, because that's not constructive, is it? If it's just bullshit, I'll be like, okay, well, you're a dick. But if they say, like, oh, we listen to a lot of podcasts, and normally I guess on, like, James could have done this a bit better, and you could have done this with James, I'll be like, cheers, thanks for that, I'll take that on. So if I have James on again, when I have James on again, I'll do that.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, I said it. I'm joking, I'm sure you're lovely.
It's sort of my very, very small listening fan base. Cunty bollock.
Hey.
Right, so I'm off. I'm going. I've got
for
shit
a
to
fucking
do.
shower.
James has got to go. Don't let the shit beat you.
Don't let it be, yeah. Get the fuck up, set your alarm,
That's
wake
it.
up early.
Don't be afraid of the day. Deal with the day. I love you all. And yeah, we're gonna call it a day. I'll see you, hear you, speak to you next week.
And I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, you will, mate.
Fist bump.
Right then, welcome to Ryan's Road podcast. Shit, I don't actually know what number. 5th, 16,
Oh, Jesus.
something like that.
Oh, and he's dropped his phone.
See, normally I know, but I'm slightly unsure. Whereas I actually just don't know. So I'm just gonna have to.
It's because you're creating that much content, Ryan.
I know. I'm
It's
just
coming out of everywhere, mate.
coming out of fucking arsehole.
And I can't wait for you to get famous so I can
15,
ride your coattails to a
16.
mansion.
Well, we'll use that as an outtake. After I get the camera. 16.